Like, I'm not an actor who will go on set and then ask the director what are we shooting today. Like, I need to know what's happening the first day of the schedule. Sexuality and just portraying that on screen back then when I started in 2003. It was like this moment on screen to see a guy who's kissing all his heroines. Like all of us, I've been a huge Salman Khan fan. Like I was a Big B fan, and I always will be. And I've grown up watching them, in films. And even before I took the decision of being an actor, I just looked up to both of them. And it would be a great opportunity to share the screen, and that's all I'm saying about this. I don't know. Like, I was talking to my wife the other day. I still don't know where we got the courage, when we got the courage to deal with it. But I think when you have to fight, that's what happens. You don't think about much, and then you just are all into that fight to kind of. And more than us, it was my son, who was obviously going through the physical pain of whatever he was for so many years.
He's possibly one of the most versatile actors of today's generation, and also going to be somebody who I've loved watching on screen. Today, welcoming Emraan Hashmi in conversation with me only on Bollywood Bubble. How have you been?
Good. How are you doing?
All good. And Emraan, firstly, I want to ask you and congratulate you on Chehre because I really like the promo. But ये मैंने आपके producer से भी पूछा है. For a film like Chehre, it's always because it's a thriller, right? So it's always very difficult to cut a trailer for it because you can't give away too much. And if you do give away more than what is required, less than what is required, if you give away less than what is required, then people feel like it's confusing.
Yes.
When Chehre ka promo, the teaser released, it was very difficult for me to understand what it is about. I only understood the setup.
Sure.
When the trailer released, I actually got to know what it is about, and I knew that you were holding on to it. Do you feel that it's a difficult thing when you make a thriller, and you've been part of so many thrillers? Do you think cutting a trailer is the most difficult part of being or doing a thriller?
It is. Again, you can't give too much away in the trailer, and you have to give just that bit out that can suck the audience in and make them and kind of intrigue them just the right amount so that they buy the ticket and they want to come and see. And first of all, the novelty is very important, the setup of the film, and not so much about the trailer, it's how the film has been presented, because every thriller has its own unique style, and it might be the visual representation, the actors that are part of it. It has to bring something new to the table. So doing that with every thriller is very difficult. But again, it starts and ends with the director's eye and his vision.
Bollywood films have always had a very different sensibility and treatment and perception towards their actors. You have been one person who has always been loved in the films you've done. Even in films that have not worked, people have really liked your performance. Do you sometimes feel that today, in the stage of the career that you are in, do you feel that you've still not got exactly how much and what you deserved?
I don't think I think everyone feels that way. Everyone feels they deserve more than they've got. So I'm no different from that. I think that's the nature of, the business. But I think we've got a good amount of love and recognition from these films that I've done. The audience has always, like you said, even if the films haven't done well, I've always felt that amount of praise for, at least I tried something new. It might be for the performance, it might be for just trying to experiment something new. And I always feel that, when you're trying something new, you always run the risk of failing. But I've never really been scared of that, because I've always wanted to try something new. And I think I've got it's been a good run for me. I've had a good time through these 18 years. I've worked with some wonderful people. I don't have any regrets. I have no regrets even from the films that I've not done well, because of them I am right here. There's no other way. What was destined to happen happened, and every film is a learning experience. It could be a successful film. It could be a film that's not very successful. You just have to dust yourself after that and move on. That's the nature of the business, and also being a creative person, you can't let that affect you too much.
Yeah. Bollywood also has labels, you know, when you came in and you started, you were labeled the serial kisser, but people sometimes tend to overlook the kind of films that you've done, whether it's a Shanghai, whether it's The Body. I really liked The Body, to be honest. I watched it with my parents in Calcutta, I remember.
Oh.
And a Chehre, you know. So do you sometimes feel that people try to put it... Chehre is a film which is very high on concept, you know.
Yes.
It actually targets the intelligentsia of the audience. So I want to know that, do you feel that sometimes that gets overlooked? Or have you been able to change that perception from that tag and run away from the tag?
I don't know. You tell me if I've been able to change it. I mean,
for me, you've always been the performer.
You know, the thing is, for the first 10 years of my career, I was, you know, doing these films, and I unfortunately have done it to myself, because this tag was given to me by myself as a joke. And then this blew up and the media started talking about it. And that kind of superseded everything, right? There could be an article, there could be a film critic review, but it gave a very interesting and funny tagline, right? So that kind of overpowered everything. That became a priority to everything out there, right? It was sprinkled on everything to make it look interesting and readable. And you had a country that was obsessive about this sexuality, and, you know, just portraying that on screen. Back then, when I started in 2003, it was like this moment on screen to see, you know, a guy who's kissing all his heroines. So that also became a very interesting talking point. But I think as time went on, I realized that. And I also realized that I was getting sick of it, because those films were giving me a very been there, done that feel. I reached a saturation point, even though those films are doing very well at the box office. And then I felt that, you know, there's an actor in me who wants more. I'm maturing as an actor, but then I am forced to choose these scripts because this is what's working. And because in our industry, we won't constantly, you know, have the Xerox copy to everything. If it's done successfully, you constantly repeat that because you are getting box office numbers. But I'm feeling empty from inside. I'm not getting any creative fulfillment. But then I started doing films like these, like Shanghai and Tigers and all the rest of these films. And I think the people who sat up and noticed them, I get a lot of love for them, from them. I can see that on social media. Just generally when I go out and meet people, that also has benefited me in a big way. And I don't really can't answer that question. Has it changed or has it not changed? I don't really have a kind of a feel for that. But I know I'm constantly striving to do something different and new with every film.
You know, Chehre is a film that brings you with the legend, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah. And it's the first time in 18 years that we are seeing you guys together, like in your career. Yeah. Was there never an opportunity before which, you know, rang or came to you to work with him? Or was it
there was actually. I don't think even he might remember it, but there was. I can't really talk about the film because the film never really took place. But there was an opportunity. Things didn't work out at that point. But like they say, everything happens for the best. And I wouldn't have it any other way. This is like a godsend. This script, the way the film is shaped up. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Having these power-packed scenes with a man that you've idolized for a major part of your life. And you're getting to kind of just duel with him in these scenes. These performance-intense scenes, and with dialogues, with these fantastic dialogues. You couldn't have it any other way. So Chehre was it, and I'm very happy that this film came to me and I got an opportunity to work with Amit.
Did you, after working with him, did you notice any similarities in the way you guys function? Because you are very punctual. You're always before time. He's very punctual. There's a level of organization that you have. You guys are very organized in whatever you do in your schedules. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. And I knew I was expecting that, and that's exactly what I got. I heard that he's extremely disciplined, which made me very happy because I turn up on time on set. And I hate waiting around. for a shot. That kind of throws me off balance. So thankfully he came on time, and he gives a certain amount of prep to a film, which I love because I love that prep time. Like, I'm not an actor who will go on set and then ask the director what are we shooting today. Like, I need to know what's happening the first day of the schedule. I actually take schedules. I want to know what we're shooting from, even if it's a 30-day schedule. I want to know exactly the scenes we're doing the first day to the last day. So that amount of organization is something that I think we both have something very common in. And yeah, it was great.
I want to know that, Chehre is a film which not much can be made out from the trailer. So now that it's releasing, and also the biggest problem is that the theatres in Maharashtra are still not open. So, a film like Bell Bottom also couldn't get the desired numbers. Or maybe, like Akshay sir said, that, the numbers are 5 times what, like, if it's 3 crores, it's equivalent to 15 crores in today's times because of COVID and because of everything. Yeah. Was there a plan to, or was there a discussion to give it up online? Maybe that would have given you viewership. Or was there always the plan to wait it out till the theatres opened? And if you waited it out, why not a little more, maybe till the Maharashtra?
For how long do we wait it out? Right now we are on the way to what people are expecting is a third wave. There's no way how we would be immune to that, because every country has been through it. I mean, America is going through it again. They were mask-free a couple of months back, and now they're back in this mess. So we put out. The thing is, with us, we were already airborne. We had put the trailer out, and we felt that before it gets stale, we get an opening, we put it out, because we were supposed to come on the 9th of April. Then we had the second wave. And then we felt that this is the right time to put it out. Yeah, it's probably not the ideal time, right? But then what is? I don't know how many years or till when COVID will be part of our lives. No one really knows. And we just had this film in the cans, and we felt that, it shouldn't be about the box office numbers now. The game is completely changed. The world has changed.
Yeah.
Why is the trade living in a world pre-pandemic? Why are we living with this perception that a film will open up to 10 crores and do 100 crores? The rules have changed, and people should change their mindset. And even the trade shouldn't write such things.
Yeah.
If the film hasn't done well, why? I mean, the reality. I mean, Maharashtra hasn't opened up. You don't have, and there's this fear with the audience. No one really knows how many people will turn up in the theater. I think it's extremely unfair to kind of write these tags also. Again, it becomes an interesting tag, right? Like I told you.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you write a tag like this has flopped or this hasn't worked doesn't really take a journalist much to write, but it gives an interesting caption to it. But that's far from the truth. I mean, it has to be put in a certain perspective to the times we live in. And in Chehre, I don't really know what the box office number will be the first day. It's not like I don't care, but I don't know. But it's in the right spirit to support theatre owners.
Yeah.
Because they have been shut for a year and a half. There are thousands of lives that are dependent on the film industry.
Absolutely.
Why not just forget about that magical opening day number and put it out there so that at least it fuels that. It fuels these families. It keeps the ball rolling. And these are baby steps to that.
I concur. But from the time you started off in these 18 years, I'm sure you must have come across these articles where people and your fans and everybody wanted you and Salman sir to do a film together. They have in fact gone on record at a point calling you the new age Salman Khan when I was starting off in the industry. I remember that very clearly. Today that is happening and people are really looking forward to Tiger 3. The anticipation is it's skyrocketed to another level. How do you see that, and have you started shoot? What are you expecting from that?
Right now, I'm not giving any information about the question you've asked right now. But
no, I don't need information on your role. I'm just asking.
What I can say right now is, like all of us, I've been a huge Salman Khan fan. Like I was a Big B fan, and I always will be. And I've grown up watching them. In films, and even before I took the decision of being an actor, I just looked up to both of them, and it would be a great opportunity to share the screen, and that's all I'm saying about this.
Finally, I want to ask you this because we've not had a conversation in the last few years, and I really wanted to speak to you about it. You've always played a tough guy on screen in all the roles, whether it's in a web series or in films. But in real life, in your real life, you went through a very tumultuous time when your child was diagnosed with cancer, and you've written about it, you've got a book on it, and it actually gives a lot of hopes to other people who must be facing it. The book gives a ray of hope, but when you were going through it, there must have been a lot of days where you felt down and out. How did you deal with those days? How do you reminisce those days to this, now that he is completely cancer?
I don't know. Like I was talking to my wife the other day. I still don't know when we got the courage to deal with it. But I think when when you have to fight, that's what happens. You don't think about much, and then you just are all into that fight to kind of. And more than us, it was my son, who was obviously going through the physical pain of whatever he was for so many years. And I think the ray of hope for my family was just the fact that we knew that he would be okay. We just knew he would be okay. And that energy kind of, eventually things fell into place. And that's why I felt that through this book, I would impart this, my experience, and share it with other parents and people who are suffering from cancer, that the end does not always have to be dark. There are ways of, curing yourself through this, through certain lifestyle changes, healthy stuff, exercise, all of that. And it was a tough 5 years, and also a huge learning experience.
All's well that ends well, and I'm hoping and praying that Chehre also opens to a thunderous response, not at the box office, but from the audience for sure. And I'm looking forward to watching it. And I hope that now at least people get rid of tags and labels and everything, because an actor is an actor, and you've been a fantastic actor all your life. So all the best, and see you super soon.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.